Welcome back to TechBeam. In this video, we will write our first custom test. For that, we will delete the existing example test in the folder. I'm creating a new file. We will be using a source demo website for automating this. So I just created the spec file with that name as source demo.spec.ts. So just creating that. It's created. Now we needed to import the test and expect for this automation test. So I just imported test and expect from Playwright test. So here you can see import it is already showing. We can import it from Playwright/test. Just importing that, and now the next step is to start our first test. So you know what test is a custom test. So this is this is the definition of it, and it gives a syntax and all the details about a test. You can go through them if you hover over the test. So this is the as you can see, this is a structure how we write a test in Playwright. Now we needed to add a description. Since I am going to verify the URL, I will giving that as a description of this test. So I just added verify the URL, and Playwright always returns an async method. So here you can see we will be creating it as an async, and we will be passing a page. So for each test in Playwright, it will create a new page, a fresh page. And now since it is async, we needed to use await, otherwise it will means the Playwright test will run asynchronously. We can it will make problems. So for that we will start first we needed to navigate to the URL. So here you can see these are the methods which we can choose. For navigating we will use goto. If you hover over, you can see what it is expecting. It is expecting a URL which is in a string format. So I'm adding our URL here. Then just for kind of showing you how what it is outputting, I'm just adding it to a context constant and console. I'm adding a console log to show you the URL. Yeah, it is outputted correctly. As you can see, it is the same URL which we have navigated to. Since it is headless, it is just running in the background. Now we can just check the report. As you can see, we haven't made any changes to the playwright.configuration file. Now we can start making changes as per our needs. Their way you will also get some knowledge about the configuration file. Now I just commented out the projects which I don't want. We can do that in two ways. This is the first one, just commented out. Now Chromium is the only thing which is there. So here you can see it just run on the Chromium browser. Now this is another way. You can mention which project you are using. Here we need Chromium, so if you add -- project and Chromium, it will only run on the means intended browser. So in this case it is Chromium. Now we don't need any console log. It is just given for our demo. Now we can start asserting it. For assertion we use expect. Since it is asynchronous, we needed to add await in front of expect as well. So first we needed to check it have a URL. So in Playwright we use page.to have URL. So here you can see what it is expecting. It is expecting a string or a regex. Now I'm just giving the same URL, just copying and pasted it in the inside to have URL, and running the test again. Here you can see it is running the test. Just added it as a headless. So here you can see how we add headed. So if you need to run it headed, you need to add -- header. This is our report. Here we can see all those all the steps, and it passed correctly. Next we can write another test, because I needed to show you how we can run a single test if we have multiple tests in a spec file. So the next verification is to verify the title of the web page. So added the description as verify title, just writing the syntax of a test. Now we can start our first step. As I mentioned earlier, each test have a new page. It is a fresh page. So if you check the title in this step, it will fail. So we needed to navigate to the URL. So the same step, page.goto to the URL. Next, we needed to assert it. So we use expect. Then we needed to check it have a title. For that, it uses to have title method, and in the to have title method it has it accept a string or a regex. Now I'm going with the regex, so I'm adding that swag labs, the total, the whole title inside the to have title method. Now I'm running it again. Since it is headed, you can see that it opens 2 times, it ran 2 tests. So that is what I told, it is fresh pages. It's worked correctly. Now we needed to run, I will show you how we can run a single test case. If you add test.only, it will run the single test case, and I just changed the title to a wrong one. Here you can see it is BS, that is wrong. Just running it again. Yeah, it is just running. Even though we are having 2 tests, it only ran the single test which we are tested only. You can see it failed. It expected sac.bs, but the actual title is swag labs. That is why it is failed. You can see all the attachments, everything which is added to the report. Now we can go to the Playwright and configuration file. So this is the retry is the value which gives Playwright an idea about how many retries we need. I just added it to 1. Now it will run one more time if there is a failure, and you can see the traces, it will be generated on the first retry. So I'm just running it again. You can see it ran twice. That is the first one, and the retry, so total 2. So this is the trace. For if you open the trace, you can see the whole details of the failure. It shows in which step it is failed, and it also gives you the console log, all the details, logs, network calls, etc. And it show the timeout, the waiting time, and the starting duration, everything. It is very detailed. Yeah, now we are back to our test case. So the next step is to make it as a single test, and we can add a test.step. That will be a better version of our spec file. I will show you. Here we have used the test source demo navigation twice, so we can remove that and we can create it as a single test with multiple steps inside it. So I just added the description accordingly. Next we needed to first step, we needed to load the page. So this step we are going to open the URL. So just writing the description. If you hover over test.step, you can see this syntax, the details, everything same as earlier. So just creating the test.step for opening our URL. It is async, so we needed to add await. Please don't forget that. And this is the first thing. We are just navigating to the URL. It's the same thing, page.goto. Next step, we will be checking our assertion. So I think I can write the both assertions in the single step. If you want, you can write it separately, but for this video I will be going to write both in a single test. So we needed to, means whenever you write a test, please write the test description in a very detailed or easy understanding way. So this is verify URL and title, and I just corrected await. Yep. Then we will be writing our assertions. So here I'm going to check whether it is having the URL. So same as earlier, it have the method to have URL. So I'm just selecting that, and this time instead of adding the whole URL, as you can see, it will accept a regex. So I will be going with source demo, so that is a piece of that URL. So we are just checking whether the source demo is in the URL. So next step is to check the title. I will be going the same. For checking this title, this time instead of adding the whole title, we can add the piece of the title. So earlier we added swag labs, this time we can add swag. Yeah, I've just done it. Now we can remove the commented line of code. Yeah, it is, everything is done. You can see I'm just finishing up. Yeah, next we can remove the unwanted piece of code. Just remove it. Neat and clear. Now we can run our test again. So you can see it is a single test case, that is why one test, and it is running on one worker, and now the report is also created. Yeah, we can check the report. It is the same as earlier. It is a single test case, but you can see each steps in detail. Hope you like this video. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching.